Hey, what's up, Street Gods? Eric Kim from the Eric Kim Street Photography blog. So, this is Eric Kim Travel Photography 101, Egg Edition. So, life hack. When you stay at a hotel, ask the staff if they could boil eggs and bring it to your room afterwards. So, I discovered I don't really like to eat breakfast, but I like to go ham during dinner, which means hard as a mother friender. And you can see I have 6 boiled eggs here. So every single day I stick to a very strict ketogenic diet, which means mostly eggs and meat. And I don't eat breakfast or lunch. Intermittent fasting helps me be more productive. And you can see I currently have this set up here. And what?
And veggies.
Oh, and veggies, leafy greens. So you can see my beautiful setup here. So I take a napkin, I fold it out here. So this is where I crack the eggs and this is where I put the peels. So the way I generally do it is I'll take the egg, and I'll just drop it and let it kind of crack itself on the table. And then I'll go over to this side and I'm just kind of pushing the egg from different angles here. And then what I'll do is I'll just use my thumb and just gently peel the egg. And I kind of treat like this like my evening ritual. And Cindy is usually reading a book, and I cannot do this while looking at a phone or do work. And obviously, sometimes my deepest thoughts have actually been during my egg meditations. And even one thing, and then you feel free to steal this idea if you want to, I accidentally ate an egg that was like slightly frozen, and I was like, whoa, this is almost like eating ice cream. So someone out there should make a diet-friendly egg ice cream snack. So anyways, that's what I generally do for the egg stuff. And also what I'd recommend is when you're traveling, there's a coffee extractor called the Clever Dripper, like Clever. And what we do is we have our own beans ground, or we travel with the beans with a filter. And afterwards, we just use the empty water bottle, and then we actually carry the coffee with us. So in case during the day we want a coffee, we can actually have really good coffee here. And this pretty amazing is nowadays, with backpacks, I'm a big fan of the ThinkTank Perception Pro. You could essentially have an entire mobile studio in your backpack. So, what's in Eric Kim's bag? We have iPad Pro 10.5 inch. That's one thing. We also have a 13-inch MacBook Air. Oh no, this is actually the MacBook Pro. This has been really good for content creation. And this is actually a good pro tip, is that when you're traveling and shooting photography, don't just try to pack so light that you end up bringing nothing. End up traveling with a laptop, because I'd actually recommend for you to create stuff while you're on the road to have a more meaningful experience. So we have not one, but 2 MacBook Pros, the 13-inch touch bar.
Why?
It is amazing because it's as light as the 13-inch MacBook Air. It allows us to blog, make videos, and this is actually one of our tips, is that go to the Apple stores, Google MacBook Pro refurbished, buy the most expensive MacBook Pro you could afford, and it's probably, and getting a refurbished helps you save so much money. And then once again, to have a more meaningful travel experience, blog about your experiences, start an email newsletter, start MailChimp.com, or just use Gmail to send emails to your friends and family back home, send them photos and blog. Also, we have another 13-inch MacBook Air. It's insane how there's so many
laptops.
So why do we have so many laptops? Well, we're currently here with our sisters who are passed out, and Jennifer and Annette. Jennifer is helping edit our new upcoming book, Travel Notes, which is essentially like street notes, except optimized for travel photography. And also my younger sister, Annette, is doing all the design, and Cindy is the producer of the project. So we're essentially working together in tandem, like a parallel process, where I'm doing all the writing, Jennifer's doing all the editing, Anna's doing all the illustrations, and Cindy's doing all the production and directing. And so we've been able to be insanely productive and just make tons of great articles and content, and we're writing the book at an incredible pace. And yeah, other things we currently have in the back, Cindy's epic Kinesis keyboard. If you've never seen one of these things, it's the best thing that she's had in terms of anti-carpal tunnel, and she types like 5 bajillion words per minute. And also what I'd recommend is when you're traveling, make sure that you have lots of, snacks, like things that are good for your stomach, especially traveling. This is the best thing ever. Ginger Chew's Chimes brand. This stuff, we've had a few stomachache incidents in Vietnam, solved all of our problems immediately. That's amazing. And also we have this stuff, it's called Eagle Balm. It's like this Asian crack. It smells amazing. It's essentially like Tiger Balm. Oh yeah, so it's like kind of like this strong menthol flavor. If you get a really bad stomachache, this stuff works really well if you rub it on your stomach or you put it on your neck when you have neck shoulder tension. And yeah, I'd recommend when you travel and shoot photography, keep it simple, just bring one backpack. I would actually recommend. The backpack I would generally recommend if you have lots of laptops and stuff. Once again, ThinkTank Perception. There's the 15, which is a smaller one. If you're doing more blogging and vlogging, then having a bigger backpack, the Perception Pro, is pretty clutch. Also, we're going to, of course, promo our upcoming products. So one of them being the new upcoming Air Kim art portfolio case, which is essentially a camera bag, and also the Air Kim case. This is the prototype. It's really beautiful. You can see it closes here, just like a Billingham bag, and it opens really easily. And also the great thing is it's optimized both for digital and film. You can stick in your SD cards in the slot right here, which is pretty awesome. There's room for 2 SD card slots. And then this little flap here can accommodate up to 5 rolls of 35mm film or even 120 medium format film. And it's handcrafted with love. It's quite possibly one of the most beautiful products we've made. If you're interested in pre-ordering one, either the bag or the case, email hapticindustries@gmail.com or just go to hapticindustries.com. I'll put a link in the description below. And yeah, so essentially we have lots of really cool and epic products coming. And the cool thing about this bag is it's convertible. All these components are made out of brass. There comes with 2 straps. They're both detachable. And you could actually hold the bag over your shoulder like yay. Or you could use the shoulder bag, the shoulder strap, like just a normal shoulder bag, holding like yay, holding in front. Or this is actually what Cindy does, which is awesome, is if you want extra protection, have it looped around your shoulder. Take this, and you have double extra protection. So just in case you want to keep this clutched, if you're traveling, you don't feel safe, this will be a good solution. So ultimately, my practical suggestions is when it comes to photography, when it comes to travel, keep it simple. When in doubt, throw it out. So even now, I'm only traveling mostly with 1 camera, 1 lens, which is the camera Cindy's using to record, which is the Lumix G9. It's great for vlogging. We have a little microphone on top, and the Leica Lumix 12mm f1.4. Amazing lens. It's roughly a 24mm full frame equivalent. And yeah, also, once again, as a reminder, travel with a laptop. If you could afford one, I would recommend the new 13-inch MacBook Pro Retina, or just get a used 13-inch or 11-inch MacBook Air. Produce things while you're on the road, start your own blog, start your own newsletter, and make sure that photography is an opportunity for you to better understand, to explore, to open up your mind to the rest of the world. And ultimately, photography isn't so much about understanding other cultures, it's more about understanding yourself. So use the opportunity to reflect, think about your values, and once again, open up your heart, having more empathy through your photography, and using your photography as a chance to be a little bit uncomfortable, expose you to new ideas, and open up your minds and your hearts, right? So for more information on our upcoming book, Travel Notes, subscribe to Air Kim newsletter. Also put a link in the description below. And remember, never stop traveling, never stop exploring.